welcome to Popcorn and Platters.
Bombaclot!
We have a surprise special guest for you. It's so surprising and so exciting. We're going to start with it right off the top. Spencer, welcome to your first podcast.
Hey! I recognize these voices.
You can actually say now, first time, long time,
dream.
because it's true.
No, utter the words.
First time, long time. Happy to be here.
Hey,
It's good to see you. I think it's Matt.
Yes, we. I know you haven't been on the podcast, but we've been friends for a really long time.
That doesn't sound right. It just
Okay.
and Sam and Larry.
Yeah, that's
Good to see you guys. Classic Sam.
you said Larry and Sam, and he did Curly.
Perfect.
Close enough.
I like explaining jokes. It's great.
Oh, God.
Spencer has joined Matt and myself.
Is that your name? Matt.
Matt myself. Larry or Chris, I guess is what we're going with.
Yes.
And
I
then
concur.
I don't care about this joke anymore. Luciano's also here.
Yeah, I'm here ostensibly. Yeah.
So
Sensibly?
ostensibly, that's a
Ostensibly.
word.
Ostensibly.
Yeah.
He said
Don't worry about it. Hey, we watched the documentary Rebel Ridge this week.
I think you mean the James Cromwell vehicle.
The James Cromwell vehicle. Yeah, I think that's the best one. Or the Dana Lee vehicle, potentially.
Which one is Dana Lee?
He's Mr. Liu.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course.
This movie stars Aaron Pierre, Don Johnson, and Anna Sophia Robb. No space between Anna Sophia, according to
Yeah, weird, right?
IMDb.
I did not know. She was in that Surf's Up movie.
There you go. Surf's up.
Not the right movie, but anyways, go on.
It's fine. Let's talk about this movie. Let's talk about the good things of this movie. As we always do, we say good things before we potentially say bad things. Spoilers. Spencer, would you like to go first, or you need to see someone show you how it's done?
I'll go first. I know how this works.
Great.
I thought this movie. What's the show called?
As soon as he uttered,
Movie fun time. I liked. I'm gonna give a shout out to the lead actor Aaron Pierre.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've never seen him in anything, but I thought he was very good, and
Yes.
I'm predicting he is going to be a star. I think because he's a really good lead. He carries the movie very well, and he delivers a lot of emotion in this movie very well. Like when
played
he's sad,
Malcolm X
upset,
once.
everything.
Yeah. Fun story. Apparently, John Boyega
John
was in this
Boyega was
movie,
supposed to be, yes.
and he dropped out the last second.
This would not have worked with John Boyega. I'm sorry.
I mean, he's not a
Glad.
bad actor, but this isn't really in his wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Different vibe for sure.
completely different intensity. He was
This
in,
guy was
the-
intense.
Go on. Yes.
No, I'm just saying, like he was like when he was like got in people's faces. It was like,
Yep.
I believe that you would not want to fuck with this man. Like I
I
believe
also like-
even as a cop.
I also like the way he plays like an actual martial artist, where he's like always cool and collected and respectful. Like you believe the guy was in the Marines and like trained to be. I read a little bit about the Mac Maps, which I thought it was a good joke when he said maybe he's a navigator. That's actually a pretty good joke.
Yeah.
And like if you read about him, like he plays it really well, like the cool,
Yeah.
collected kind of thing. Yeah,
He handles himself calmly whilst doing some batshit crazy things.
yeah.
But I will say I was a little disappointed when they read his file, because you know the trope, like it's going to be like he's 9-time
Yeah.
term serving, won the Purple Heart, killed Obama. Oh, not Obama. Osama bin Laden. Whoops. Yeah, killed Osama bin Laden. You know,
Killed
like,
Obama and was discharged for some
Osama bin
reason.
Laden. Where's Osama bin Laden?
yeah. So it's like I was expecting that. You know, Jesus Christ, that's the Micmac man himself. But
Mac Man, jump of crisscross fame.
but then they're just like,
Whack, patty whack.
but they're like, oh, he teaches mixed martial arts, and I'm like, that's not that intimidating. He's just good at MMA. Like that doesn't mean he's good with guns.
Yeah, but then he explained it better. Where it's like or maybe it was the cop where she explains what they actually do. It's like It's like, or the short, well, I think he's on the Wikipedia page, which is a
Yeah.
nice touch.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
got a
it was-
Wikipedia page. That
it was-
line made me go, "Oh shit!" more than his credentials.
Yeah, but it was
Oh
like,
shit! He's got a Wikipedia page.
yeah,
Oh
guy's
shit, he's in the
serious.
photo. Shit.
but it was like
Yeah.
they're saying like it's one mind, one weapon or something. Like there was like a
Yeah.
slogan for
Yeah.
it.
Any weapon, one mind,
One
any
mind,
weapon.
any weapon.
Yeah, that's what it was. Where it's just like,
That is a badass
that's pretty hardcore.
motto. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. But I was like, when they read it originally, I was like, that's not that cool.
Right.
But he was awesome. That's my point. Is I really liked him, and I think they should get him into cast him as John Stewart, the Green
Lantern.
Lantern.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Hell
fucking
yes.
sick.
He'd be
Or
perfect.
Cyborg.
Yeah, he would be
On
perfect.
DC.
No,
Hell
no,
yeah.
Cyborg's
Cyborg's dead.
tainted. We don't
Yeah,
want to
he's not
talk
going
about
back
it
to
anymore.
Cyborg. We got to wait at least 7 years.
Nah. The black community continues to need a representable hero that's not Black Lightning, please.
Yeah,
Yeah.
John Stewart.
John Stewart is a good one. Yeah.
But we can't just have one. We can't like don't turn into those guys. The
What about
WWE
Black
boys.
Bolt?
Yeah,
Black Bolt? See, that's the problem right there. Son of a bitch. How dare you? How dare you?
is there a Black Hulk,
Black
How about-
Panther.
How about Black Cat?
Black
This
Canary?
is the reason why you guys are
Black
fucking
Canary.
messed up.
Canary, yeah.
What about Black Batman?
Actually, there is a Black Batman.
yeah.
Yes,
There you go.
Lucius Fox's son.
Listen, we've derailed this in record
Take
time.
that!
Thanks for coming back,
Record time.
Spencer.
I think this was
That's what I
the
do.
earliest. This was the earliest we've ever derailed anything.
6
No.
minutes, boys.
Great
Record.
job. Let's, Chris, what did you like about this movie?
Truth, like to be fully honest, this movie was very difficult to watch because it was very, very good. Like the intensity from the minute it opens. I just have to say it. Yeah, like we're talking real right now. As a person of color, it was tough, and so having that and then having it rail itself into a story that continued to draw you in because now we have layers. I really appreciated that. So the overarching arc before we do what we do, I liked it, and it was intense. So I'm excited to talk about this, but at the same time, it's going to be a little tough.
Yeah,
Does that make
like,
sense?
Totally. Like that. It's amazing how when you deal with something in a movie that's like so real, like how quickly it gets you emotionally involved. Like
Yeah.
right after that opening scene, it's like 10 minutes in, you're like, well, fuck these guys. Like I'm
Yeah.
so in on
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
fucking these guys up. Like I told
Blow
Ash, I'm like,
stuff up.
I'm ready to fucking go ham. Like it's just it gets you in right away by
Yeah.
using like real world emotions. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
obviously it's like it's just pisses you off right from the beginning. I almost
And-
wish they got more comeuppance. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah,
I
same.
agree.
100%.
I think
Like
that
Redbeard deserved
well, so
to get some shit.
so I was gonna ask this question later, but I'll ask it now because we're on the topic. Like, it was obviously a choice to have him not kill any cops,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He barely hurt any cops.
And
Really.
so,
He just,
like-
like
yeah. Like I think that like do you think that was a good choice overall? Like not in terms of
yeah,
an enjoyable
Yeah.
movie, but in terms of a movie people would watch.
I think so.
I mean, generally,
might be-
I found that they both sides were like kind of against killing, like
Except
no,
for what's his
no-
face?
Redbeard.
Yeah, Redbeard.
Redbeard. Yeah,
I
like,
don't love that name. It
I'm
feels
sorry. Well, I'm fine.
It
I
feels
feel
targeted.
I'm sorry.
I feel attacked.
No, sorry about that. Yeah,
So
I'll
it's-
I'll repivot.
Strawberry disgusting beard.
I'm just gonna try and find the character's name.
Chunky
'Cause I-
McBeardo. I'm fine
Chuck-
with.
Okay, Chucky McBeardo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy of everyone needed more comeuppance.
was the
I think.
most. But
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought.
Yeah.
You know what I thought when he elbowed him into the face 6 times?
Yeah,
At first,
yeah.
I thought he killed him,
Me too.
Same.
and then I thought that he busted his eye, and his eye was like
Dang.
white, like something like
Right.
it like really fucked it up. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I've never seen that before. And then he gets up, and his
Is
eye
it
was fine.
pretty much okay?
Yeah, he's
Honestly,
pretty much fine.
yeah.
I'm like, that guy would be fucked up, like
Yeah.
6 elbows to the temple. But again, that's nitpicky. I do wish there was a little more comeuppance. Like,
Sure.
I
Agreed.
liked the quick ending, but I wouldn't have minded a scene of them all getting arrested.
Yeah.
you know, or at least, you know,
especially
Get in front of
Fury.
like a federal
Yeah,
judge.
let's get into it in a bit because we still got to go through Luciano and my like favorite thing. So we'll come back to this because I think there's something more to unpack there. Luciano, what do you have?
It's a good segue from what Spencer just said, because I was gonna pick Terry as well because I really like the way RMPR played it. But on top of that, I really like that this movie had there was no bullshit padding. It starts the first 9 seconds. First of all, first 9 seconds, there's Iron Maiden playing. I was in already before knowing what was gonna go on, and I was like expecting it to be, oh, he gets to the city, and no, immediately the cops get go copping basically, and when it ends, it ends. There's no padding. There's no like Christmas tree and like Thanksgiving dinner or whatever. So I really appreciate that they were like, we're here to tell a story. We're going to tell this story. It's going to be fucking intense, like Chris said. And then we're going to go out and that's it. Like live the rest of the imagination. So I think other than Aaron Pierre's portrayal of Terry, that was probably my favorite thing about this movie.
What about the fact that Terry Richmond was listening to quote unquote metal
The
mix?
metal mix. I wanted to know what else was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they should publish it.
It's early metal mix. It was like the birth of metal mix, right?
That answers the question.
Kind
What's
of.
on his iPod?
I don't know what was in there. Maybe it was a mix of everything, but yeah.
Whatever.
So yeah, that I really appreciated the sort of intensity of the movie. In
Pacing.
that sense. The pacing and the intensity. Like it's not there's no like belly, right? Or like, oh, this is boring.
Yeah, I thought, it's paced really well. Like,
Yeah.
and him going through like right after that, it's like him going through like kind of what the audience goes through, where it's like they can't just do that. Like, there's got to be something he can do,
Yeah.
and then slowly being like, you can't do that, and this is why you can't do this. This is why. And it makes us like audience be like, this is such fucking bullshit.
Yeah, you
Like,
were already, like you said, you were already angry from what they did.
Yeah.
Like he was doing nothing.
yeah,
And they want to pass, and he's in the middle of the road. He's like, "Fuck you!" And like, they're like, they can't do that, and they can't do that either, and that. Like, you get first 10 minutes, you're completely pissed at all of the cops. So, anyway, go ahead, Matt.
Thank you. No, you all bring very valid points, right? The pacing was good, and the pacing was done well because it was very intense, and it was very like the reaction. At least for us, the reaction is very visceral, but there were times where like that intensity dropped off. Like we had the extreme intensity of like his cousin dying,
Yeah,
and then him just being like, "I don't care, I just want to get out of here." Like you needed that like to come down a bit, because otherwise you just would
give
have
him
been like
a breather.
yeah, you needed a breather,
Yeah.
right? So him
But they
just
don't
not
really give
caring,
it to you.
and they give you a little one. That comes down, he goes and gets the car, and things are over.
Sorry, you're right.
And then 5 seconds later, they're injecting
Yeah,
drugs.
it's funny
into
because I was
random
like,
people.
where is it gonna go from? Oh, okay. Like it was like
Right back
yeah.
into the fire.
Yeah.
It's like they gave you a breather to go even more intense. Like you think getting his cousin killed was the worst they're gonna do? Just hold my
Nope.
beer.
Buckle up.
Yeah.
it's really, it was good and different in that way, where it was like they gave him an out. That's almost like, again, like you as the audience, it's like that's a pretty good deal. Like you're like
Yeah.
you're almost like you're like, yeah, he should probably do that and let this injustice like happen, which is what happens in the real world, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's
Yeah.
not. It's like this is it's so much easier to just not really deal with it, and just
Yeah.
and that's what they made. They gave him that offer, and that's like kind of like his like little arc is like, I'm not going to let this slide.
Yeah.
But he needs to get pushed. But it was like it was a cool angle of them being like, we're gonna give you the money, we're gonna let you leave, everything's gonna be fine, this is over, and he actually
I was
takes
very
it.
surprised at that scene. I was like, holy shit, I did not expect that.
And
then
I
the
thought they were gonna
writing-
try and kill him to bring him back in, right? You think immediately they're gonna try and shoot him on the way to town, and that's gonna get him to keep.
Yeah.
But it was different. It was like they did something other bullshit that he was like, I can't stand for that, and he came back, which
Yeah.
was
So you're hitting on the thing I like best of this movie is Don Johnson is a fucking perfect asshole.
Yes.
He's
I
so
I
unlikable.
literally wrote that down. Like
Yeah.
Don Johnson is great at playing assholes. I literally have that on my notes.
He's perfectly infuriating. Like when they have the conversation about like the deal, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't take the deal because you were telling me you were offering me the deal in my my police station." Blah blah blah. Like he's such a perfect asshole and smimey dick that it's really easy like, yes, you want to get on the side of Terry because, like, you know, he's getting mistreated, but you need someone in the level of Don Johnson, just like, because as much as Chunky Fatto is like, he's like a stupid hick dick, and he was like, oh, this
Yeah.
fucking guy. But the person in charge is calculating and smarmy and will manipulate you and fuck with you, and like, it was perfect. It's a perfect foil.
And more realistic, I found.
Yes.
Like, it would have been really easy to make them all like cartoon characters of like just dick cops. And that one cop is that. And because there are cops like that,
100%.
you know?
Yeah.
So it's okay to have one. But if they were all like, we're going to teach this black guy that, like the whole movie, they're just being like doing everything as evil as can be. It would be like, it would still be fun watching them like get fucked up and shit. But it was nice to see that there's like, they were like, no, we're just trying to cover ourselves in the best way possible without creating more issues for us. So like, we're going to try and get him out of town without having to kill him, because if you kill him, there's going to be a body, and then there's going to be more stuff to cover up. So they're actually thinking.
And like, for once, the reason why things were being we're going to get into it later, but the reason why things were somewhat convoluted was because or contrived. They were like, no, they don't want any attention. They don't want any scrutiny. They just want to get rid of the problem as easily and as cleanly as possible, because they're doing some shit that they don't want anybody knowing about. So it makes it like, just go, leave, don't come back, fuck you, get out, right? So, because normally it's like some bullshit reason. I was like, oh, but the president of Persia, like, what? No, there's nothing like that here, right?
And even their crime is like kind of like, in this kind of movie, is kind of like low stakes in comparison to other movies. It's not like this gigantic conspiracy. It was like, no, we're just putting guys in bail and like putting them in jail, and like they still get out. So it's not like they're like, again, like arresting people for life sentences when they're innocent. It's like, no, they're going to get out, but we keep them longer so we have time to seize their assets, and all the evidence gets deleted so they can't fight for it back. You know, it's like very realistic and not like, again, cartoonishly villain. Like, oh, we're just killing people and taking all their shit and like completely running this town. Like, it's still bad, but it was nice not having like caricatures of characters.
Yeah, it's not like people, like country or world spanning evil. It's just like very localized.
Yeah.
I'm the dirty chief of the police. We gotta save the precinct.
Chief power.
Chief power.
Just chief power. What about us, chief?
Wait,
shut up, you.
Okay, there you go. You contexted it. You Wiggum'd it. Thank you for Wigguming it.
He Wiggum'd it. Yes.
Yes. Chief power.
What'd you say, chief? Let's
Buck him away, toys.
Let's do what the kids say.
Buck him away. No, dig up, stupid.
I was just gonna say, I just want to give a shout out to James Cromwell in this movie, playing yet another
judge.
Yet another judge, but also, is it just me, or is he always like a regret-filled man who was behind the entire conspiracy, woefully explaining how the conspiracy went down? Like, I feel like he does that in every movie where he's like,
he has that face, the
sadly
sorrowful, I was a dickhead, old man face. Yeah.
I was behind it all along, but I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
As an actor, is this how you really want to play out your the era of your Twilight?
I mean, you do what you do with the face that God gives you.
Paycheck to paycheck, baby.
It was funny because they show him early on in the movie, just in passing, or you can't really see it that well, because he's kind of like, Terry has the money from the cop station, and he's giving it to Summer and trying to get the bail sent for his cousin, and you just see him from really far away, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's
Cromwell.
James Cromwell. I'm like,
that's that guy I've seen a million times.
I always mistake him for Jonathan Silverman.
Oh, really?
I always confuse the two. They don't look alike at all. It's just I always mistake the name of
you
one for the
think
other.
Jonathan Silverman has the ability to time skip in present day?
Maybe.
Are you saying James Cromwell and Jonathan Silverman of Weekend at Bernie's fame is a slider, a time traveler?
Have you seen them both in the same place at the same time? I don't think you have.
Have you not seen Suits?
Look into it.
No, I haven't, actually.
I rest my case, Your Honor.
I'm going to take your word for that one.
I'd probably sustain. Moving on. So this movie it's based on reality very closely, as Chris said and Spencer said, and like, I quote it as being a documentary because so many of these things are like true to life. Like, they maybe, when you see something that says like, oh, this movie's based on a true story, This feels like it actually is based on a true story to a large
Yeah.
degree of the cops fucked with somebody and took, because these like the civil forfeiture happens in the States all the time, right? Like John Oliver's covered it on Last Week Tonight, and like when they do the was it the pit maneuver to like crash cars, I've also seen that on John Oliver, like, and it's like super dangerous because the cops don't know what they're doing and have no training, and it's more dangerous to the cops than it is to the people because they have no idea where the car is going to go. Like, and we said that is what grounds the movie, right? Were there other scenes that you thought were particularly like realistic in their portrayal?
Realistic?
Yeah, like or like felt like they could happen in real life.
Say the first half of the movie is like
Yeah.
a true story, and the second half of the movie is like fantasy, or like, you know, like everybody getting their justice. I'd say is unfortunately where the
Not what
fiction
happens.
seems, where
Yeah.
it seems more fictional, right?
Spencer, are you saying that once Summer did the drugs, we just went inside her fever dreams for the rest of the movie?
Yeah, I think so.
Sure.
Wow.
To her credit, and like that act alone was such a violation. I have to say, I sometimes have dreams like that where like there's a breaking and entering into my home and I can't catch it in time.
That's not a dream. I come and see you quite often.
Oh, so it's you. Next time, say something. Like I'll put on some coffee and some
I do say
biscotti.
something. I say things backwards. I whisper backwards words into your ear.
This isn't helping. This is triggering. Oh god. Oh god. Oh wait,
the only
look away, toys.
You're
The
so
only
pretty
thing is
when you sleep.
The instructions are things like eat licorice or stuff like that.
No.
Chris is so crazy.
To answer your question, Matt,
Red rum.
I think the scene where he gets to the courthouse the first time and he wants to get the bail posted and all that stuff.
Yep.
And Elliot is like,
Ugh.
I'm out. They don't pay overtime. Like that's
Just the worst.
And then it's so real too.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm not gonna give a single extra fuck about your clearly life or death situation because I have to go to the fucking potluck. Like that's what happened there.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, that is like, again, another scene that's like rage-inducing because of how real it is.
Yeah.
You know, you're just like, and like we've all been there. Where it's just like someone's just not in that situation, but like in like a lighter version of that, where someone's just gives no
DMV.
fucks when you need
Yeah,
someone's help.
you have something
Form
you need done.
74C.
Did you
and
get
someone
your
goes,
form finished?
Yeah, no. Worse is like, oh, can we get this done now? No, I have my lunch. I have to leave for my lunch, and I won't stay in a minute later. And bye. And it's like, but I have a deadline. Well, it's not my problem. It's the same thing.
Your problem now,
Only-
motherfucker.
Yeah, like times 100, right? Given his situation.
I'm a
Yeah.
McMap.
Just cue the Steve Austin music. Cue it up. You some bitch. You gonna take my unfilled, half-finished 470cc, and we're gonna get this paper. We're gonna get my brother cousin out.
You know what?
My brother cousin.
I
My
would
brother
watch.
cousin.
I would watch that show if it was just McMaps starring Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Played by Aaron Pierre is the next Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Sure.
But
Done.
for Hollywood triple tier
I
productions.
thought you were saying a movie where it's like a guy in a DMV just fucking shit up, like an action movie set in a DMV.
Well, it's called.
Are you- Go ahead.
What's the name? What's the name of that movie with Michael Douglas where he does
Is
kind
it
of that?
Falling Down.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
you go.
falling down. Yeah.
So are you saying Aaron Pierre is a DMV administrator who gets pushed over the edge when a near do well by civilian comes through and starts, filing too many forms, pushes Aaron's character over the
No,
edge?
the opposite.
No.
He's
what
the
I'm
one
saying-
that goes to the DMV.
What? No, I think no. I'm going to yes and this because that's what we do in the show. Aaron Pierre
okay.
is the DMV worker.
Okay.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, the wrestler, comes in, tries to file his license renewal form, and Aaron Pierre's like, "Sorry, man, I can't because blah blah blah." And then Stone Cold loses it, and Aaron Pierre's like, "Fuck, you're right," and they together both take down DMZ
Yeah,
as
He
an
helps take
institution.
it down from the inside.
Yeah.
I like the
Starring
idea
with-
of like of Aaron Pierre seeing all the inside corruption and conspiracies. It goes all the way to the top of the DMV.
This is what
It's
people
all very
want,
small stakes,
Cooler.
Yep.
but it's a huge conspiracy
It
that
matters.
that spreads everywhere, and it's just them like not for putting their files on time or something.
Yeah.
They're
That's it.
keeping you in line for for nefarious reasons. What reasons? They want more paper clips. How do those things get together? Well, you have to watch the movie.
This goes all the way to the top man, all the way to the president of the DMV.
Do you want to know why?
Not even the president of the United
No,
States.
no,
God,
the
no.
president
The president of
Oh, he
this
is-
branch of
this
the
particular
DMV.
branch. All the way to the
Like
top. This
Steve Zahn.
affects dozens of people.
I'd watch it. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is HBO
Goodness.
Prestige TV written all over it.
Wow, that's a tier I've never even breathed the same air of.
Yeah.
It's great. Anything else you guys really liked about this movie, or didn't
Holy
like?
shit. 25 minutes
Oh.
in.
Yeah,
Summer,
is that the question?
Summer waking up from yet another unconscious inducement to what's his name, Officer Steve Zahn, and then just like pummels him and pushes him, like face palms him out of a moving vehicle.
I so wish she had like stuck her thumbs into his eyes. Like,
Yeah,
That would have been a
something.
good time. I was like, if anyone deserves,
oh,
it's you,
well, I mean,
Summer.
poor Summer. She was like just coming out of a fucking haze.
It's like,
I think
Yeah.
all of our biggest complaint is him not getting fucked up enough.
Yes.
correct.
Even though he got
Correct.
tased and he like really fucked him up with the taser and elbowed him in the face a lot,
It's
not
low
nearly
stakes.
enough.
Yeah.
No, not nearly.
I
enough.
think they could have shot him, and that would have been fine.
You
But like
know,
Summer shoots him, not
yes.
even
that's
the
the
chief
fix.
gets shot with like sandbag rounds. He could
Yeah.
have been shot with
At least
sandbag
I
that.
rounds.
enjoyed that.
Yeah.
There's not enough sandbag rounds used since Batman Arkham Knight.
You're
There you
right.
go.
And I will give a shout out. I don't know about you guys, but that scene where she wakes up and she's been drugged.
Yeah.
I thought
Which
maybe
one?
she would.
In the house,
Sorry,
or
the first time.
Ah,
Yeah.
Right.
Was done really well because she hears something and gets up and she looks around and she like sees the needle and we see the needle too. We're like, what the fuck was that? And she looks down and
Yeah.
she's like injected. I don't know about you guys, but I thought like they overdosed her and that like she
Me
might
too.
actually die there.
She,
And I was
that's
just
what she
thinking,
thought too, right?
How? I don't know about you. I thought that was terrifying. Like imagine
Terrifying.
waking up
Yeah.
and being like, I'm already
Yeah.
dead. Like
That's what
yeah.
I'm afraid of.
like
Yeah.
that's what I'm
waking up and I'm
going to
already
do
dead.
to you, Chris.
Oh, stop.
What? No.
Chris, what drug would you like to have tonight?
yeah. What
Vitamin
cocktail?
C. Just
What-
give me
what-
some orange juice.
Why do you want Spencer to douse your licorice in?
I'm not sleeping tonight.
I've injected so much orange juice into him.
His cortisol levels and vitamin C levels are off
he's
the charts,
healthier than
Your
ever.
Honor.
Chris, do you taste bitter almonds at all, or
Or do you
Stop it.
smell burnt toast?
burnt toast? Let's just ask a
Actually,
question.
I just
I am
burnt toast in
craving.
him. So it's an ongoing experiment.
Oh,
That was dumb.
Come up.
Listen, let's dive into plot holes and really give it our.
Stop talking and
best.
stop attacking.
No, why would we, well, I meant Spencer. That's directed at you, I think.
Hi, I'm back.
Your
From my
tormentor's
house.
back.
Yeah.
Chris, what's behind you? Is that Spencer?
I'm recording from inside. He's in the building. He's in the house with you.
The recording is coming from inside the house.
I have been hearing an echo, and I'm not comfortable with this.
you have
It's strange because I have multiple cameras in my. I legit have cameras around my house for safety and security, and you bypass them all, you devil!
Chris, I didn't know
Spencer's
the
aware.
back of your neck was so pretty.
Oh God, how is this like the radio?
Plot holes. They happen
Yes.
in movies,
Segue.
specifically in this movie, and I think we're gonna have to talk about a big plot hole in this movie, and it's the entire justice system in Shelby Springs, which is the town this movie happens in. Just in case you weren't aware, some people might have missed it because I don't say it often, and I don't know where we want to start, but for me, the initial plan of the cops to grift money off of people and hold them for bail and take all their assets, yeah, it's all fine and well. But they lose me when they give the get out of jail free card to Terry and then turn around and immediately drug Summer.
Yeah. It's like they were like, okay, we don't have enough problems. with them already kind of figuring out what we're doing, and us getting the guy's cousin killed, let's get him out, but let's drug her just to teach her a lesson, I think it was, or to get her out of town too.
Tying up loose ends, so to speak.
Yeah, I think it was to like destroy her credibility.
Yes.
So she couldn't like
without.
But she still could have, like, that's the plot hole, I guess. It's like she found actual evidence. So like even if she's credibility is bad, it's like she can bring that evidence to someone who isn't have bad credibility, and then they can show that evidence.
It's
true. Evidence, right? It's not like just her word.
Yeah, like it's the idea that like because you've taken drugs, you're like you can't be trusted to do anything ever. When she has hard evidence, I feel like that falls apart.
Yeah.
Like obviously, if she has real evidence, that's going to trump her drug addictions.
She's like, I have video evidence of them committing the crime. Okay, just pee in this cup for me real quick, and I'll take a look at
it. Whatever, Craig.
You're on drugs. I can't accept your actual video and the rest of this evidence.
How do I know this video isn't on drugs? How do I know? This video could be high.
You can prove it
on crack.
You know, that's technology for you. No.
Is it a high fidelity video? I can't accept it. It's on drugs.
See that's right there. Like, see, science.
Is it 60 FPS 4K? Because I'm
is it high?
Otherwise,
is it high resolution too? What else is high about this movie?
Can I actually magnify this?
But like to me, tracking back a little bit, the fact that the stuff that Summer explains to Terry what they're doing in a way, right? The fact that all of that is like, if someone who's, knows the laws in the US hears that and goes, no, yeah, that makes sense. I'm like, how is this? What? How can that be? No, you know what we're going to do? We're going to hold someone for like possession of something that isn't even a felony. We're going to hold them for all of this time. And then when they come in to try to bail, we're going to steal their money. But it's not really stolen. It's just seized. Like, that's a difference.
But they weren't stealing bail money.
They were stealing anything.
It
was anything.
They stole his bail money, but I think they were seizing assets of people they were arresting.
Of the person who were, And
so if they took his bike in the beginning...
No, but like they couldn't take his bike because they didn't have plausible deniability. That's the thing, right? Like the money he's using is to bail out someone who is arrested for possession. So they're making the very circuitous legal connection of, well, how do we know that's not drug money?
Yeah.
So they label it as drug
I'm
money.
no big city lawyer, but I do say he was. You say you're using this bail money to get your drug offending cousin out. That means this is drug money. I say
cheap power. Oh, but like, so it goes further than this, right? Because as we get down this twisted road, and some people could argue that the cops, have tripped on a snowy hill, and now they're just rolling downhill and making a larger snowball. But like at any point, people could make better decisions. The one thing that kind of really popped out to my head was Chunky McBeardo.
Yeah.
Sees Terry back in town, and he's trying to frame him.
Yeah.
So he, for some reason, throws the gun in the cab and then tries to shoot him.
Yeah.
When you could have just yelled gun, shot him, and then thrown the gun in afterwards.
No, you don't yell gun. Oh, wait, when did the cameras trigger, though?
Well, he left it off, but I think he's yelling gun for the guys who are farther away, right? Because there's two cops on either end boxing him
and they're not as bad as him. Like, they wouldn't be okay with murder.
They could have just blamed it on science. He was like, but I shouted gun.
Are you pro-police right now, Chris? Why are you trying to justify how we can do this?
I thought I understood the section of the podcast that we were in.
His life is in danger.
Completely justified.
I don't
we're saying like the decisions they're making are like, it's like, I'm going to justify killing this guy who I don't really have to kill, and then throwing the gun in afterwards. It's just like a bad plan, right? And the plans just go from bad to worse. Like I don't know what the fuck. Listen, I love it when the movie says the name of the movie in the movie. It's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
But why did they have to go to Rebel Ridge? What was what was good about Rebel Ridge for the cops, or
Yeah.
You
They
some
were gonna
kind
get
of
there.
It was
rebel
just
Ridge?
fighting the
Kind of.
cops.
the
You know.
best
You got
part
a
is like
ridge in your forehead.
you thought it was going to be this huge showdown, and it doesn't even go there. I like that actually. It's
Yes.
like you guys go
That
fuck
was
off
great.
at Rebel Ridge. I'm gonna
Yeah.
tear off the walls of your fucking precinct.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
bad. That was bad. No Diddy.
Yeah.
That was badass.
That whole thing is weird to me. The whole idea of like, oh, we're gonna negotiate and we're gonna do a trade or whatever. It's
Weird how like
Well, because it feels like they would. He says, "I want to do this in the morning because I want to see what's happening."
Yeah.
right.
And then he says, "You might see me coming too."
That was a
Yeah.
dope line.
Yeah.
You what? Well, there's a bunch of dope lines. We actually didn't talk about them, but
Is
when
that
he
a
says,
drug, Joe?
when he goes like, "Oh, you missed my shit-eating grin," and he goes like, and he says, "Oh, you got the Mr. Liu's business off," and he smiles. He goes, "There it is." And you're right. It does look like you just ate shit. It was
Yeah, his
awesome.
smile there is good too. His
Yeah,
smile is such a good smile, like the main guy.
yeah.
There it is.
Terry.
There it is. Yeah.
I will say,
But
just
like,
go ahead.
go ahead.
I was
I
going
was
to say on
just
the
gonna
topic.
say the
Oh my God, I hate you, Luciano.
You go.
Okay, I was just saying, like on top of the line, there's a couple cool lines. Just because he says there, he goes, he says that line we just said, which I already forget.
Of course.
Where he says, "Oh, maybe then you'll see me coming," and then he looks at the guy.
Yeah.
He's like, "Was that too much? Did I lay it
Yeah.
on too thick, or what did he say?
Yeah,
I put it
yeah.
on. Is that a little too much?" And he's like, I like there was a line where they had it. I don't know about you guys, but they're like, "What did you like? What are we gonna do when the fire comes?" And he's like, "We're going to start a fire," or like some line like that. And I thought he was
We're
going
the
to say,
fire.
"We are the fire."
We're the fire. Yeah.
I like that line, but I thought I totally thought it was going to say, "What about the fire?" And I thought he was going to go, "The fire rises." I was like totally excited. It just looks like the perfect setup.
Let us not stand on ceremony,
We don't start out of ceremony here.
Chief.
Fire rises.
So going back to what I was saying about the plot holes.
Yeah, sorry. I needed to go on a
Oh.
completely nonsensical tangent, per usual.
So what I said that does make a lot of sense is like, why did he says we're gonna do an exchange, and then he says he wants to do it in the morning, and then they go, Rebel Ridge. First of all, of course he's not gonna know it. Why would
course
you
not.
ask it that way?
They all know he's not from this town.
Yeah, and he goes, "No, like, are you an idiot?" But they accept the thing as if it's like, oh, they're expecting like Batman to show up. He kind of Batmans a little bit, but they're expecting Batman to show up and go through them. Like they had like, I don't know, 50 cops there waiting.
Seems like
It's like they walked into the trap that they were trying to set, because he knew where all of the cops were going to be. So of course he could
Yeah.
do something else.
that was
It felt a
dope.
little like I know they're dumb hick cops, but still,
But why were all of them there? Yeah.
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 Did they need 50 cops to take care of one guy? Like,
And it
Well-
seems like the chief would want to be there.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. Why was he not there? And at the same time, no further questions, Jan.
Well, you know what, Chris? I agree. Well said.
No, but like I think that's part of the thing that I found with the movie is the chief is smart for the most parts, and he's positioned as being smart and making good decisions, and we're trying to make decisions that are tracking with his sort of like they talk about him being elected, trying to go for sheriff. Which sheriff of what? Because they barely have a police station. And,
well, the whole county, right,
the parish, as they keep calling it.
or the parish. Yeah.
But
No, I
but
think
he-
sheriffs are in the county. So
And I thought
probably-
sheriffs
man, I don't
were
know.
a rank lower than chief. Like chief
No.
to me
No,
sounds
no,
like
not in the U.S., man.
in the U.S., every sheriff gets elected
Yeah.
in your elections. It's fucking wild shit.
What is this, the police channel?
The police
Yeah,
channel,
a little bit.
a little bit.
It
I
is.
need you to spread them.
Listen, we know more
My
about
cheeks?
U.S. politics. But my point is
No further
that
questions.
he plays very smart, but then he doesn't show up where you think he should show up. Right? He's always just in the station with the one other police, the dispatcher, because she's not allowed to go out because
He
obviously
lives there.
she's a black woman and can't be trusted to go on patrol
Jesus.
as Chunky. Well, Chunky McBeardo
He says it, right?
Says it, right?
Have to get you in some patrols.
Yeah, and but it's
That
always
was a
weird.
compliment.
Yeah, you're also a piece of shit.
That is the white redneck equivalency of a compliment.
Yeah, it is.
Might as
But
well
my
said
overall-
like, "Oh, you're one of the good ones." You know?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
almost like
that I caught.
it's
Hey.
almost like he prefaced it with like, "Oh, I didn't know you people could do this."
Listen,
It's like,
I'm a little concerned this talk is going to bring out Incel Spencer, and we do not want that. So
No,
let's
Intel
just,
Spencer's not racist.
we're done. Isn't he?
No, he just hates women.
Okay,
That's all incels do.
problem solved.
And she was
there.
a woman.
uh-oh.
So I have
I'm
a few
talking with-
things to say about her.
Damn it.
God damn
I
it.
knew it.
The power
Back-
of incels compels you.
Back to the Chief Sandy. What was his name? Sandy.
Burn.
Burn.
Sandy
Springs.
Bloodstone. Oh, Burn. Sandy Burn.
Teddy
Yeah.
Burns sounds like a Jewish movie producer.
he really
Yes.
does.
A
And
funny one at that. Sorry, go
I
on.
really like that for some reason his last name is spelled BRNNE. Like someone knows a Burn spelled that way and had to include it. So like, is that a tribute to your friend, or is that just like I fucking hate
I hate that
Professor
guy.
Byrne?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking make him the worst cop ever.
It's spelled BRNNE.
BURNNE.
Oh,
BU.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bernie.
Bernay. It's pronounced Bernay.
It's Bernay.
Sunday Bernay.
Chief Bernay was at the end of his rope with Jonathan Silverman, and that guy from 16 Candles had other
John
plans
Cryer?
to spend maybe, but the other guy and Jonathan Silverman had to help Sandy Byrne become sheriff. Racism and margaritas.
Cheap power.
No, he's it's pronounced it's Sandy Bernay. He's French. Sandy
Bernay.
Bernay. I
So
want to
it's
become sheriff of Alabama.
It's Sandy. Sandy
Yeah,
Bernay.
Sandy Bernay.
So
Here
what I
in
was saying.
Alabama.
So what I was
Don't
saying about
relinquish the power.
Chief Sandy Byrne, I'm saying that
Yeah.
he, in the course of the policing, from the point where they decide to drug a person, and a citizen in the town, all the way through, is he makes weird choices or shows up. It doesn't seem like he's actually in control at all, and that's it. Just seems weird to what they've shown us in the first part of the movie, where he's very in control and he knows exactly how to handle people like Terry because he's done it before, and then he just for some reason is hands off or just hanging out at the police station waiting for Terry to show up. It just seems really incongruent to his character.
Yeah. Maybe that's where his margarita machine is. That's why he hangs up there so much.
That's also like
Lives there.
he was kind of dumb by keeping all of his illegal evidence out in the open. Like I know it's in their
Evidence
police
locker?
safe, but
Oh.
like
Yeah.
it was like just sitting. Like don't they embezzle it or something? Like, or they just keep
Also,
it there like a bank?
that evidence
Launder
room
there.
had a huge window on the door, so anyone passing there goes, "Oh, that's a lot of money."
Yeah.
I mean, I assume it's in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, so I guess they're not like too concerned.
Well, and there's
Yeah.
supposed to be a jail beside it, right? So
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Can you
but
imagine
they-
being a criminal and just seeing all that money and then wanting to plan a heist to steal from the police station? Wow.
it's a real GTA situation.
Rebel Ridge 2,
I was gonna say,
Hey.
is this the beginning of the Ridgeverse?
the Ridgening.
Hey,
The
That's-
regioning
sounds like something Trojan already has a patent for.
Oh no!
Wow.
But like, what exactly did they have in that safe that was so like damning for him to see? Like, the money?
Oh, the money and the guns. Yeah.
Why would he think that's not? I guess
Yeah.
the guns, but like, I just thought it was just regular police shit.
Well,
I don't know why
technically,
he
that's
would-
That many guns. There's more guns there than there are people in that fucking.
God damn it!
city.
This is America, man. It's fucking people have that many guns in their basements.
Maybe.
the thing is, like, technically, that was all legal stuff, right?
Yeah,
Like,
what do you hate freedom?
yeah, yeah. It's free. They freed the money. They freed the guns.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all they need to free.
If you have a
Oh,
problem
okay.
with a man owning 35 assault rifles, maybe you don't believe in freedom.
And 35
Maybe.
Chinese food restaurant bags of unmarked cash.
Yeah,
Maybe you don't believe in America.
maybe you
Matt
should go back to your country.
Damon. Matt Damon.
Wait, so
Yeah.
China?
That's
Sure.
correct. He was on that
he
wall.
Yeah,
on that
exactly.
wall. I
We
saw that
told
movie.
you.
Really?
saw that
Nobody saw that
documentary.
movie.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
No, I
From
think
China.
I think people like they would know that he was like hogging the money and all that stuff and buying stuff with that money. So that I think that's what it was like
But
too much money on the open that wasn't in like the police account or whatever in a bank.
They don't know
Like
nothing
when you
about
have that much
online
cash lying
banking,
around, it's kind of
Luciano.
weird.
I
They
mean,
don't know anything.
I
They
don't
know anything
think
about
they're
online
allowed to
banking.
put that money in the bank.
Yeah, but that's exactly why. So
What do you mean that's exactly why?
I'm trying to
Paper
answer the
trail.
question. Why?
okay.
Why were they trying to hide? I don't think that it was a good look, and it would raise too many questions. It was like, why do you have so much money piled up in the evidence room?
Right.
Why are you asking all these questions, mister?
Because
Is
I don't
it
think I like the
illegal?
sound of your tone.
Is it illegal to
mister?
have $100,000 in unmarked bill? Is that
I
a
don't think you like
crime?
America. You know what? Jedediah, I think he's on this. You on to something, Jedediah. Chief Power.
it's the second time
I mean, I guess that is
he,
nitpicky,
he
but
crests and falls.
But I get back up and I do smell almonds.
I just like I thought it was like they really jumped the gun on them and like you saw what was in that evidence locker. It's like, well, now he knows it was bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's another mistake they make by like he sees it and they just out themselves by being like, "You saw it was in
they're
that
like,
locker."
oh fuck, he saw everything. Let's tell him the whole plan.
Let me ask you
All
something. Did you see our illegal stash of money and guns?
And the
Our
guns we
highly
bought-
illegal.
You didn't see the stash? Listen, there
Oh,
were
no?
a ton
Okay.
of guns in there. And all those
Yeah.
guns, we rent them out for other illegal seizures and forfeitures,
Yeah.
thereby doubling our profits.
But
And
don't
all
you-
those bags of cash?
We don't only do the crime, we teach the crime.
Heretofore,
But you didn't see that, so we're
Cheap
good.
power.
We're good. We're good. You
Chief
didn't see that.
Power. I'm just going to exposition
You didn't
because
see
you
that.
don't know nothing. You didn't
Everything's
see
fine.
it, but did you see it? Let me tell you a little bit about my plan while I monologue, Chief Power.
It's a good plan.
Yeah.
You should listen to it.
I'm trying to think if
It's
there's
in
any
his
other
manifesto.
like major
I just
plot
think you should listen.
holes in their general plans. I mean, I think we
still
went
in
over.
plot holes.
I think we are we? Or is Matt trying to move us on?
No. We're still here.
Okay, shit.
No, so
We're
yeah, like
trapped.
I guess the drugging thing was like we did talk about a bit, but I do think like if they're gonna, I don't. It would have been more effective if they like just threatened to do that. I
Yes.
guess instead of doing it, they're like, we
well,
know you have
they
a daughter.
wanted-
We know you have like a record
Oh, I
that's been
see. I
hidden.
see what you mean.
We will
Yeah.
we'll put drugs in your car, like that a lot of like if you
It's the
tell
threat.
anyone about this.
Well, it would have been much more
Usually-
believable than believing that those like twiddly dee and twiddly dum walked into her room and touched her arm and injected her with the drugs and she didn't wake up. Like, I understand
that's
heavy
possible?
sleeping, but like Jesus Christ.
Do you think you could? I feel like I could be injected with something
Spencer?
while sleeping.
Spencer,
That's
Spencer.
what's scary.
can you please do a test tonight and just let us know if Chris wakes up or not?
He hasn't
Like,
woken up
if
any
you have-
night for the last 2 months. But
If
I've
you
injected him with everything.
wait,
Okay,
if
there's
you
fine.
have the opportunity somewhere that you're going to do a test, please do. And
Chris-
report later.
I injected sand into him the other day. He didn't wake up. So
That doesn't, Chris. That actually explains why you were coughing sand. You were worried about that the other day.
You did say your joints felt sandy. So now
How-
you know why.
why am I being so heavily gaslit in my
no, you-
own as a co-host of this podcast?
Sand
Yeah.
is porous, and it does get everywhere, including your veins.
Including your
I am
bloodstream.
being. Ah.
I'm pretty sure he said my
No.
blood feels sandy. Anyone else's blood feels sandy?
My blood feels itchy.
I feel so itchy, as if I just got off the set of Surf's Up, played by one Anna Sophia Robb.
I think we've danced around this plot hole enough. Let's just move on to our. Listen, we are not being crazy enough, and I think we should ask some funny questions just to really get it
Shit.
out of our system. We're
Okay.
very serious
These are
all day
serious
long.
questions.
They're very serious questions.
Sabotage!
Terry is an instructor in the McMap program. Now I know you think we're making this up. That's what they call it. That's not us.
Is it sponsored by McDonald's?
It's
That's right.
The Big
Double
Mac program
Mac.
brought to you by McDonald's.
Yeah,
Brought to you by the
McMap,
Double Big Mac.
It's
You know-
the cartography branch of McDonald's.
this
the McMap.
isn't the
Sorry.
question I want to
Sorry,
ask.
go
But
ahead, go ahead.
I do want to ask, what is the McMap at McDonald's?
Yo, the McMap at McDonald's is a purple bun, okay, made out of radishes, and then on the inside, you get 3 Angus patties, and then a layer of ghost pepper hot sauce.
Ghost pepper hot
That's
sauce.
what give you the mix. That's what you give the miggity mix sauce, and then you get I don't want to say it. You get day old cheese.
That sounds fresh at McDonald's.
Well, listen, day old
Only a
cheese is
day-old?
actually
No,
regular cheese.
That's Wendy. Always fresh.
Oh shit! Why you into patriarchy? Stay out of this. So you've got the purple bun, you've got the 3 Anguses, and then you can participate. I'm just calling you patriarchy. And then you get a slab of Hokage Wagyu beef.
What?
And why is it called
you
the
lost
McMap?
me.
You don't need to be lost. Take a bite, bitch.
What the fuck just happened?
It's
got-
fine.
He's got too much sand in his blood. He's losing it.
No, you keep breaking into my fucking home, and you don't think there will be repercussions? Then we got this goddamn shotgun, and I'm gonna shove
I
it
love,
up
it.
your
I love
ass.
I've been injecting him for months and then
I-
gaslighting him when he says crazy things. Why are you acting so weird, Chris?
I think the last visit it was too much angel dust. that
I
you
was
did.
conscious the whole time.
That's my secret, Cap. That's my
always,
fetish.
I'm always
I'm
high.
always conscious when you inject me with shit. No anesthesia, chief power.
What was the actual?
Hey, anybody else want to ask this question?
what the McMap is?
is in the McMap at McDonald's?
It's actually just a map that leads to the
No,
Mc
the
treasure
McMap
below
is-
the McMansion.
It's a regular quarter pounder with cheese. Only instead of a bun, they use a map to wrap the. They give it. They give it to you. And
I think
they
Chris's
say-
answer was better, so we're just gonna move
No,
on. from
how his answer wasn't an answer.
there. It was fun, and I enjoyed my time. We got to talk about Spencer creeping into a house again. It's last for everybody. Next question, the real question that came out of this before we were sidetracked. Terry is an instructor in the McMac program, so he is training people on unarmed defense and attack. And I really want to know what you would learn at the Marine Dojo.
Well, I think that one of the things that we saw that they teach that he represented as the instructor is the attire you're supposed to wear when you invade other people's homes. You have to wear a balaclava so you don't show your face, even if they know who you are and your voice, and you're also the only black person in the place.
And you're
So
the
you
only
have-
person who's like wanted for
Yeah,
like on the run from the police.
yeah.
Okay.
I
That's
think
a good-
so.
yeah.
I think it's Headwear 101. I think it's called.
Like it's a
By Oakley.
Not,
think of this-
not disguises. It's just
No,
headwear.
just headwear.
was
Checking.
that balaclava like sponsored? Like that's their branded McMap headwear?
By Trojan.
Oakley's or Trojan.
Wait, Trojan. Is it
confused
lubricated?
now.
Trojans by Oakley. It's the Jimmy Hat edition.
Oh, it's like a
no.
cross promotion.
It's an inception.
I
Let's
did
fuck up
think
your
that when
hair.
watching it though. I'm like, why the hell is he wearing a mask? Like
Yeah.
the judge knows him, and he's the only person on the run. It's like this fucking 6 foot tall like black guy who's the only guy in town who's not a white hick. Like breaks in, and you're like, who could this be?
Yeah.
It would have been great if he took off his mask and they were like, he was like, Terry?
What, Terry? How did you get in here?
Same
Anything
way
else?
you getting out.
Anything else we're learning at the Marine Dojo?
I mean, I think they're
Marine dojo, the underwater dojo.
I mean, maybe. You don't
You
know.
gotta learn,
water
you gotta
skiing?
learn how to communicate. Yeah, you gotta learn how to communicate with aquatic life.
Yeah.
Tap into your seventh chakra. Oh shit, Topo.
Is that like Aquaman talking to the canned tuna in the supermarket?
Yes.
Indeed.
Oh no, they're trapped.
Oh shit, Chief Sandy. He's bringing the clan in. Oh no.
The clan.
Clan.
Jesus Christ.
And the worst part, they were already there.
I don't know if it was
Gotta
the
call
worst
for
part.
reinforcements.
I'm pretty sure they're
Worst
already
part.
there. Next question. I think it's a good time for reboots of movies, specifically Lethal Weapon. And it's going to have to star Summer McBride and Terry Richmond because they were such a hit in this movie. Why do we need this movie?
Wait. So it's not starring Aaron Pierre and Anna Sophia Robb. It's starring the characters.
Yeah.
Okay. No, just clarifying the question.
If I wanted it to be the actors, I would have said their names.
That is fair.
So
Why do we need this movie?
Terry's
Yeah.
playing Murtaugh
You're casting. I just
and Summer's playing Riggs, and they finally are going to,
Take down the man in the judicial system.
they're going to consummate their partnership finally, because that's what we've all been waiting for through 5 Lethal Weapon movies. I'm getting too over this shit. No, you're just the right age for me. Proceeds to kiss. Proceeds to make out to like 80s like funk music. I could write this movie in my sleep.
I've heard that song
Spencer,
so many
this has
times.
nothing-
That's what you're.
This is
I think
nothing to
that's
do
what you're
with
doing right
Terry
now.
and Summer.
no, but I just want to know why we need to see this movie.
Oh, did I not make that clear?
Allow tag me in.
Hold on, let me continue. Let me finish.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh yeah.
I
okay.
hear it now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
that's my
pretty
bad.
self-evident.
I think that's great. Chris, do you have a different option of why?
I do.
A different reason? Just
I did, and the universe has been good to me because I'm about to bless this segment with some comedic genius.
okay.
You see,
Shit.
the TV theme for this song is as such. In the night, what is real? Truth eludes and danger steals. Don't leave me hanging on. There you go.
Everybody knows that the best thing to set up before of a joke is to say that it's going to be a genius joke.
Correct.
Comedically genius joke.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
exactly.
And I told y'all it was a blessing too. I tripled down.
It was a blessing. Blessed with this comedic genius.
I, for
Yeah.
one, appreciate when someone can tell me how I should feel and what
Yeah.
I'm getting before it happens. It makes
not only
I don't have to think at all.
it tells you how to feel, tells you what to expect, and delivers on neither. That's really the trifecta.
You had it until you said the last part,
No, I-
motherfucker.
That's for the audience person
You know-
to.
You know what they say? Set up
Decide.
high and under deliver. Works every time.
We win every time.
it's the
Luciano, do you have
Every
any
time.
thoughts on this Lethal Weapon movie?
so why do
just-
we need it?
Just bless us with some genius comedic
Okay.
takes.
Let me. All right, I'll
I
don't know if
heard
you
the
can hear
crack.
it.
Holy
Okay.
shit.
Luciano's spine is broken.
Yeah.
That wasn't now. That's been a while.
No, he just twisted his head fully around like in The Exorcist.
Yeah,
No, he looks left and then right.
that's my script writing mode.
Okay.
It
Wow.
turned my head like an owl.
I
180
said bless
degrees.
us.
No, I can't. I can't. Okay. Why do we need a lethal weapon with Summer McBride and Terry Richmond? We don't. I with my time.
It's
You
like you
have
don't.
been blessed, audience. You have been blessed.
It's like you don't
Oh,
understand
man.
the blessing you've received today, audience.
Yeah.
You just don't understand how blessed you are.
No, they will. They will.
Blessing
Because of this answer.
They're gonna-
receive can be sustained by 3 payments of $3.99.99.
Great. Next
You're not
question.
gay
then.
no more.
Just drive right past that.
He blessed prayed the gay out of you.
He ain't
That-
gay no more.
God.
I don't like men no more.
Why does it sound like
Next
I
question.
have so many questions.
No.
I'm being delivered.
He's talking like
Moving
he's moving
forward.
experience.
Is that the big time lawyer that is in
No,
Gay
no,
No, it's not
no.
some other guy.
I'm just
okay.
a man
We're not
who
stopping.
enjoys the love and
We're not
touch of
stopping.
another man.
We're driving straight through this.
Okay.
Yeah.
The courthouse apparently has catacombs under it. Why? Why does the courthouse have catacombs?
In order to answer this question, one must understand what the catacombs are and what they're used for. Because honestly, I didn't know what they were used for until I Googled
Goddamn
Great
these
Creature.
setups that lead nowhere. It's like Luciano last time.
You're
Let me
welcome.
just say, the greatest answer of all time. I yield my time.
Yeah.
Again.
Well, it says for religious purposes and
Oh,
preparing.
you didn't know what a catacomb was.
Oh, you
okay.
yeah, you're talking about the literal definition of a catacomb.
Well, I decided to take y'all on a blessing of a journey.
No, we know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it, and I'm just sharing what I
Okay.
didn't know, and then what I learned.
Audience, now you know. I think there's one of two answers. One, it was built on top of an old church
A pet cemetery.
or an old pet
Oh, shit.
cemetery.
Edward Furlong.
Two, they built that catacomb below because they
Afterwards,
yes
courthouse first, then catacombs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The catacomb is the new. It is a renovation.
yeah.
It's part
It
of the
looks-
renovation.
It looks old, but it was done actually in 2021. But it,
Good contractor.
but,
Good
but it looks
contractor.
great. It looks very
Hard to
dated.
A
come
lot of moisture.
Yeah,
You know,
they
that was
they really
definitely
rustic look. You know, they aged
no weeping tiles to be seen.
I think the real reason is because they buried so many judges that they were running out of space. So they were like, it's a judge. He gets old. He kills himself with his wife's pills. We just bury him in the courthouse where he loved.
No further questions. Hey,
it. I thought it was a bathroom.
what did Terry do at the Chinese restaurant?
Good question.
He facilitated the 3 chicken wings with the fried rice orders only.
Oh man, only you
Only.
can make that bad joke.
Yeah.
That's not a bad joke.
It's a blessed joke. Look at me, the genius.
I have healed you from your blindness.
Oh no.
Oh yes, you can see
mean-
my son.
I think he was chief of security.
That makes more sense. But why do they need security at a Chinese restaurant?
3 chicken wings with the
Good
fried rice.
question. Because of all of the bomb threats.
Whoa.
Why do they have bomb threats?
That's
You
a
just
good
keep-
question.
Because these chicken wings are
Because of all the wild dogs.
Yeah.
Why are there wild
Why,
dogs?
wild
That's a good
raccoons
question.
were planting bombs
If you
in the
wanted to
restaurant.
know.
Yeah.
And why were the
What
raccoons doing that?
It's a good question.
And if you wanted to know, what would you ask?
Okay, no, I think I got enough context there.
We should have
the
gone on. We
raccoons.
should have just kept doing that for like
Probably
a
have
full
a
10
reason.
minutes.
Yeah, like another hour.
Can you imagine how this experience must be for our fan? Oh my god.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Blessed.
Archibald, thank you for hanging in there.
Hashtag blessed.
His blood is so itchy right now.
Blessed. Wait, I'm not the fan. No, what is happening? My whole perspective on my Spotify listening experience has been tainted and invaded.
Chris, this podcast just happens in your head. This isn't
Yeah.
real.
My
We
God.
None of
know
us
this.
are here. Yeah.
That's
Let's
just so
ask-
scary.
I'm going to ask a longer form question for you guys
Oh,
here.
longer?
Expand on this. Well, because we see James Crockett in Shelby Springs as a chief, and he used to be our narcotics cop in Miami, and a vice cop, if you will. And I want to know how James Crockett got from Miami to Shelby Springs.
I want to know first, how does a person named James get the nickname Sonny? But, you can answer that later.
Well,
How
it
did
all
he
starts
get
with a line
from
of
Miami?
cocaine
Where,
and some bad decisions.
do we learn where in the South Shelby Springs is?
No,
It's like
Blessings.
10 minutes south of Miami.
So we walk there.
Totally doesn't seem like it.
took a bike.
Yeah, it's just
Oh no!
Just
Be careful
one-
when you're biking there.
Yeah.
The cops are
Well-
running you over.
just one
Not
coke-filled
him.
drive.
To that destination where he needs to be, because he needs to get out. He needs to get off out of the vicinity and disappear 5 miles due south.
I think it's pretty
It's
clear
the perfect plan.
that Miami Vice man, I'm just going to go by his real name, Don Johnson, because I don't remember the name you just said.
James Crockett.
Andy.
James Crockett. He was in deep with the Sharks,
Oh,
undercover.
The actual sharks in the sea.
No,
Yeah.
you fool.
King Shark.
The gang's name was the Sharks.
Ah, I see.
Were
Topo's
there
cousin.
jets as well, or
Yeah.
No,
were they on the
No.
west side of
no,
Miami?
he was
Yeah.
undercover with the San Jose Sharks.
I want to be in America.
Miami.
You will
Of
come live in
Miami.
America.
It's a
Do
road
not still
game.
coke in America.
And he was in deep undercover with the Sharks
As a goalie.
as a goalie, and he,
Hey,
and he
San
really wasn't
Jose.
very good. And he was a backup goalie, so he thought that his cover would slide, but the main goalie got injured.
Mhm.
They
So-
had to play.
So no, boy, he was supposed to play,
Uh-huh.
and they held skates to his throat and said, "If you don't come through for us, you're done." And he said,
So you're
The hockey team?
Yeah.
"No,
The
the other
Miami-
San Jose Sharks."
The San Jose Sharks. Yeah.
also known as.
So
So you're saying that he was undercover as Sandy Burke, undercover as Jacques Grande.
that's exactly what
What?
I'm saying.
That's right, because he was playing a dude disguised as a dude, undercover as another
He
dude,
was undercover.
hiding and assuming the identity of a next dude.
He was that
So what,
one name.
what you're
you
saying
said
is that the
actually
chief
undercover.
is
It's
played
another
by
name.
RDJ.
No,
No? Okay.
although I want to yes and it.
Are you feeling blessed?
You see what we did there? We brought it full circle.
We
Thank
keep
you.
saying bad jokes intentionally to land the blessed
Yeah, of
joke.
course.
You see?
You see, it's quite
But
simple.
no, yeah.
Genius.
The fire rises.
And
But you didn't finish your story, Spencer.
no, then they because he couldn't actually play in the game. Well, he played, and then they scored 14 goals in the first half. So at halftime, he biked to Shelbyton,
Springs?
whatever the fuck, Shelby Springs,
Shelbington.
Shelbyngton,
Shelbington in Lancashire.
Springs.
Shelby Springs,
So-
and changed his name to Sandy Bernay.
Sandy Bernay.
Shock. Okay, sure. Yes.
So Spencer, I just want to understand.
Yes. I don't
Yeah.
understand why
This-
it's very
No,
clear.
it's for the listeners. I just want to make sure they follow.
Okay.
It's recapping, if you will. So James Crockett got in deep with the San Jose Sharks of Miami
Yes.
and was threatened by the San Jose Sharks of Miami that if he didn't deliver, that would be the last game he ever played.
Yes.
And so he ran away 5 miles south to Shelby Springs.
I believe I said Shelbyngton.
Shelbyngton.
He did say that.
So how did he get from Shelbyngton to Shelby Springs?
They're actually very close. It's very
Just walked
confusing.
across the street.
it's the border. It goes right through the town.
Okay.
Took the
No.
page out of Kwai Chang Cane's book and just hoofed it. Old school.
Okay. No,
You
but
seem to have
I'm-
got it.
I'm feeling fucking blessed right now.
You see?
No, it's just that's great. We've landed this plane.
You're
I'm gonna move on.
Oh
Hey,
man!
Hey,
Ben. Famously of Elliot's family. He was in a pine car racing derby, and what I assume was a church. I don't know. And he lost a lot. He got the shit kicked out of him. I just want to know why Ben was so shit at building wooden cars.
That's such
It seems pretty
fucking
easy.
loser.
Yeah,
Well,
I know
he's
exactly why.
starting with his Elliot son, so that's like half the reason.
Strike 4.
Yeah.
And I don't buy for a goddamn second that all the other kids' dads made them, and he's the only one who made it himself.
Well, he is Elliot's kid.
Yeah.
You
Like if
see?
Elliot had made it, it would be worse.
Elliot
Cats
couldn't
in the
even make a
cradle
kid.
of
You
the
think he could make a
field.
car?
Well,
What?
he's got nothing but time.
He
He's an
couldn't make a
abandoned child.
half-decent kid. You think he can make a car?
Oh, okay. That's
Got
a
him.
significantly different question.
This has been a wonderful blessing of comedy genius.
And that kid, the actor who plays him,
Hmm.
don't get me started. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
He's the actual son of the actor who plays Elliot.
Yes, and Elliot is an actual like clerk at the courtroom. He's not an actor.
Oh, that's
He's
why
also
he can't
trying to
act.
get custody of his son back. But he's still in possession of his son and on screen with said son, which complicates things not at all.
So
Yeah.
how does all this make Ben shitty at building wooden cars?
He's trapped in an endless deepening spiral of intrigue and in unfortunate circumstances.
I think
Me
what-
here in this podcast.
you
Yeah,
right now.
all of us. Yes.
I think what Chris is trying to say is most of the dads helped, but Elliot, much like his mother and everyone else, wanted nothing to do with Elliot. So,
And
That- I mean,
why
that
the-
tracks.
Why the mother was completely absent.
so Elliot had to build it himself using,
His
cave
hands and a
and a
leg.
box of scraps.
yeah. He built it in a cave with a box of scraps, and the work shows. That's
Bye.
pretty much it.
Something. He becomes Iron Man.
Not to
Yeah.
mention all the other competitors were using steroids.
Yeah,
The-
well,
the
that
cars.
was given.
They were
the
juicing.
cars.
Yeah.
The cars had
I
steroids,
didn't
right?
say
The
that.
little cars.
I didn't say
I
that.
am saying that.
I don't know why you have to point out the obvious, Luciano.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just for the audience.
It's
Or Jews.
implied.
Don't know.
No, that's too far.
Live strong.
Different question entirely. No, don't do that. Terry, I think after this all happened, Terry would take up a different career path, and the career path for him, I think, because he's such a meticulous guy, is wedding planning. And so I want to know, if you hired Terry as your wedding planner, how would that go?
Mhm.
I think based on every plan he has in this movie, it would involve him pulling a gun on the wedding officiant in the middle of the ceremony,
Okay.
and that lady cop would be
Oh,
there.
the lady cop would be the officiant, for sure.
Oh, yeah, because he trusts her, even though she's given no reason to.
She shouldn't. Right.
And every ceremony involved him saying, "You got to do the right thing. You got to put me in cuffs. You got to walk me out of here. I'm counting on you."
Are those the vows he suggests to everybody?
But, I
So
mean,
he's like explaining that to like the bride and groom.
of course. And then
I think also he doesn't ever sign anybody. He doesn't like do a contract with the caterer, a contract with the photographer. He's just like says, "Do the right thing and show up, and then I'll pay you after."
Right. He's a day of planner, right? He just
Yeah, of
shows up for
course,
the
yeah.
day. And you don't have his phone number, obviously. He just
No,
He's not into that.
no.
he doesn't give it to everybody.
he doesn't do that.
Yeah. No, he
Yeah.
doesn't do that.
And then
So
he
he
walked out at
he
gunpoint.
contacts you. You don't contact him. He contacts you, and he says, "I have talked to the priest, and I have talked to the catering people, and I have talked to the photographer, and all of that, like the restaurant, and they all promised me that they are going to think about doing what they need to do for your wedding to be a success, and that's good enough for me."
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Fuck, not
You're
again.
you're getting married tomorrow.
The way I
Yeah.
see it, there's an acronym that we use in the Corps, and it's called TWPGACAYF. And you know what that stands for?
Of course, everybody
Tell
knows.
us, Chris.
Comedic blessings. Don't call me by my government name, you son of a bitch.
Is that an acronym? Wow.
No, it's the preface.
TCMGN.
It's the preface. Okay, shut up. I'm trying to hold on to the character. Don't make me crack. God damn it. Write your acronyms down like I did, and
All
then you
right.
can do the segment. The wedding planner gets a crack at both your fiancés.
Oh, that was
Wow.
That was the
I
acronym.
am feeling extremely blessed.
You didn't think you could be more blessed until I blessed you.
I will give you this. You are the best setup man in the game because every time I'm like,
No,
this is going to be
That's
good.
what they do.
You get me
They
every
call me the
time.
setup.
You're the J.J. Abrams of comedy.
They
is
call
what
me
we're
the
saying.
setup. They got the situation. They got the closer, the finisher, the mechanic, the fixer. I'm the setup.
Your impression of the guy and his acronyms was actually spot on. and I was like, "Oh, this is good," and then it just
And then
plane
nothing.
crash, and then
You
nothing.
think we're here to carry our listener on a journey? No, this is for us.
We take him on a journey into the ground.
Yes.
Take suplex.
Chris, I see why you like Zack Snyder so much now.
That's cold.
Oh
That's
my
too far.
god.
That's
That is mean. That is
He
actively
makes good
mean.
movies.
What did Zack
No,
Snyder
no.
ever do to us?
Everything.
Okay, except
Rebel
Rebel
Moon.
Moon.
Except for Rebel Moon.
The Curse of
And
Santana.
the Curse of Santana, which I couldn't watch. I skipped through that, and I still was very upset. Anyways,
One day we'll watch the director's editions.
uh,
I have a separate question.
Nicole,
unrelated to all that.
we have an acronym.
okay.
ZSUD.
Oh no, his flounder.
No, I got you. It's ODWWTDC. One day we'll watch the director's cut.
Great job, the core. Hey, different question. Who would win in a fight between Rambo,
Okay.
John Rambo? This movie really starts up like the first Rambo movie.
Yeah.
Kerry Richmond and present day Steven Seagal.
Hold on. Does Steven Seagal have a chair
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'll allow it. Yeah.
with wheels?
Because if he's shit, if he's
Or
wheels,
is that too OP?
I also have to ask, does Steven Seagal get to give them stage directions to say, you hold my hand here and wait a bit?
Listen, here's the
Yeah.
thing about these questions. I put words into the question, and that's it. I don't.
I'd stop listening.
I don't put any more guardrails on your journey to blessed answers.
I
I'm
see.
gonna say if Steven
Bless.
Seagal has
constraints,
chair.
constraints, parameters.
Uh-huh.
with wheels
Right.
and the fight is happening
Yeah.
in a place with no chairs, no stairs,
Right.
and no
And
like
chairs.
and a full like marble floor or hardwood floor.
And no bears.
And if both Rambo and Terry are high on Sensimilia, then
What?
then he would
Sensimilia.
win. Yeah.
Is
I
that
don't
for
know.
is that a
I don't know.
Metamucil
I just picked
alternative?
one.
Like,
Is that like
Okay,
is,
Just angel dust all the time is not funny. I want it to be
I've never even
blessed.
heard of Sensimilia. Is that like it sounds like a marshmallow ingredient?
Why don't you choose PCP or Angel? Like
Okay, well, I picked one. It was the
why don't
blessed
you play
one.
Fog Hat?
What?
As I was saying before, I got blessed by Luciano. If Steven Seagal has a chair with wheels in a room, fully flat, no stairs, no rugs, I don't think anyone would disagree saying that Terry and Rambo would have a pretty hard time. Are there
not kicking
weapons?
the shit out of him.
I'm gonna say, especially if there's no guns and it's only close quarters combat, because Steven Seagal doesn't do distance
No.
in any way.
in
He
anything.
doesn't.
Yeah,
He doesn't do distance in any way. Yeah.
Because he's wearing a T-shirt. It says, "If it involves walking, it doesn't involve me."
yeah, he does wear that shirt.
Wow. Okay.
And
Think about it.
like basically, like if they have to come to him to engage in the fight. I don't think Terry or Rambo have the chops to deal with a man sitting in a wheelchair, grabbing your wrist lightly and turning it slightly right.
And
not the-
expecting you to jump, right?
Not the Micmap guy.
No, I don't think the Micmap, because the Micmap. Don't get me. Listen,
Did
Micmap
Steven
train-
Seagal invent Micmap?
no.
No.
Micmap
No,
is
sorry. Just no.
actual. In the movie, you can see it's actual mixed martial arts technique. He uses I think at one point, like he tries to use like a Kimura, like arm,
He uses sleeper hold.
arm lock. He uses a rear naked choke. He does like actual
Yeah,
MMA techniques. What Steven Seagal doesn't even exist. You can't categorize it. So when he comes at him with like he tries to do like an actual move, Steven Seagal will grab his thumb, push it slightly into his body, and he will die by flipping backwards.
I've seen that video on Instagram.
Yeah.
A man died.
He will be thrown back at 100 miles per hour when his arm is slightly twisted in a normal
seen that.
direction for an arm
It's true.
twist.
Shiatsu. Reiki.
It's called bullshitsu. And-
Bullshit. Yes.
and-
I thought it was
Steven
is it a
Seagal-
cousin to Bullshido?
Bullshido, yeah, it's akin to
Yep.
Bullshido.
Okay.
And Steven Seagal is they don't in Bullshitsu. It's not belts. It's earrings. And Steven Seagal is a
That's one.
cubic
10
zirconia ranking because
Oh
the
shit!
faker the
That's-
stone, the more
That's the
valuable.
top. Yeah, I've seen that. It's true. It's all real.
So I think
And
that
there's
answers
no-
the question.
There's no teaching that
Oh,
branch.
also,
No,
sorry,
that
because there's-
you're born with it or you're not.
You're
There's no-
you're either born with it or you're not. That's exactly right.
There's
you
no
can't be
teaching
trained.
it, and there's no apprenticeship. It is
sorry.
a one of one.
And if Steven Seagal is going to win this fight, this room without the stairs has to have an open buffet. That's in his contract.
Obviously.
Free catering,
there-
of course.
Is
Yeah,
there
this
is there
fight has-
salad at the bar though?
This fight has to be catered.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Anybody else want to try
No,
to
that's
answer?
that's
Yeah.
the answer. That is
I
the
want to
answer.
get as far away from this segment as humanly possible
That's just
That's
right.
fair. I just wanted to
because I'm
check.
hungry
I think normally these are joke
for more
answers.
segments.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but
Or funny answers,
Spencer just gave
or-
a factual answer.
Thank you. Well, it's almost like you're just taking my job from me. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're welcome.
It's very
Segue.
helpful.
Next
don't-
question.
You don't joke. You don't
Freaky
joke.
Friday.
You just do not joke about Steven Seagal. So we
No, it's-
respectfully answered,
Yeah.
and we shall move on. Thank you for your time, Steven. Amen. Bless you.
He's bowing everybody.
I'm bowing I'm bowing to Steven Seagal.
Rambo and Terry would have to put on another decent 600 pounds to stand a chance against you.
Well, just to be on weight at the same weight class.
Yeah.
Yeah, same weight level. Yeah.
It's no easy feat. You gotta
So
roll
so
punches.
we're gonna
Roll.
we're gonna roll into a punch at ranking this movie.
Oh,
Dinner
I
roll.
see.
God
Is that what
damn.
we do?
Wow, this guy's professional.
Yeah.
Professional
No
working
wonder-
over here.
I was talking about bread.
Didn't see that
Literally.
coming at all. Hey man, we're gonna roll into the punch at us ranking this movie. We're
Oh,
using
shit,
the
okay.
S tier scale.
Hey.
S at the top, F is the lowest. Tell me what you liked about this and give me a ranking for Rebel Ridge. If anybody forgot, we watched Rebel Ridge. I'm just reminding you that's the movie we
Oh
watched.
shit! That is what we came to talk about. 4 nerds in a simulated bar, holographic deck, organized and bartended by one Reginald. What's his name?
Chris has
No.
opted to answer first. Chris, give us
Yeah.
your ranking for this movie.
I am good to go. So the acronym that best describes my rating, I wrote
Oh,
it.
no.
I already
Fantastic.
wrote it. I already wrote it. It's called, and this is why I'm the setup. It's called CQRSTLNE.
Do you want to tell us what that means?
No.
No, it's just setup. That's it. That's what he
Perfect.
does.
Setup.
He's the king.
This is setup.
He's the king.
I'm the
Blessed.
setup.
Hashtag blessed. What
I
was
told
your
you.
ranking though?
My ranking of the movie was a D because this movie it caused me a lot of pain for a lot of the good reasons, like gripping story, great writing. I know, don't worry, it's the setup. This is the other setup was the pawn. It was the misdirection, like Rebel Ridge. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm paying homage. Your boy is back. I said D, but it's not a D. You have to go deeper because when you're the intercontinental champion of the world, sometimes you have to learn a new language. That language is justice. I meant
Anybody
Without
else's
using-
anybody else's nose bleeding, or is it just me?
It was coherent too. It was coherent.
I don't
too.
think it was,
It's an
sir.
A.
No.
It
What?
was. I
And
said
the-
A.
Hey,
Hey.
thank you. Oh, I missed that. Okay.
Hey, with a lot on top.
A lot.
Luciano?
Yeah, just give me a second. I need to,
Put my
I'll
brain
my
back
brain.
into my
Anyway.
mouth.
swallow it again. I really enjoyed this movie. I did not know what to expect when I went in. We said a lot of the stuff that we liked before, but I like that it came with a purpose. Like I said before, it did its thing. It didn't linger. It didn't try to do like silly setups or whatever. No, it was like balls deep from moment one, which I appreciate in more ways than one.
In like a literal way.
I'm not. I will not be taking further questions. The
Balls deep.
The acting was good. The story was good. There was like some like the little plot holes that we talked about. I don't think they detract anything. So overall, really fun movie. I don't know if I would watch it again, but still a solid A for me.
Spencer, how are you gonna follow that up?
It's gonna be tough. You know, I think
Set
this
them up
movie
for blessings.
came out had a rough hill to climb because it does start with the word
Sorry, a
rebel.
rough ridge to climb.
Ooh, thank you. Because having the title be Rebel something is very close to Rebel Moon, and that in itself it leads to a bad
Triggering.
rating. I wrote down the rating before the movie started based on that, so it was fighting uphill. But movie was good. It was. Like we said in the beginning, they did everything very competently. I like the cast. I liked everything. The only reason why it's not like super high on the list is I guess it's kind of by the numbers. Like, you know, it's I don't know if it's going to be like a movie that sticks with me for a really long time, other than, you know, the subject matter being obviously very real. But it's like I just don't think I'm going to watch it again, like you said, and I don't think anything was like particularly amazing, but everything was very good. So I'm going to give it a very high B. But I don't think it's quite at an A because I think it's kind of, like I said, kind of like a by the numbers movie, and nothing like really that really like made me go like wow, but still like very good and very solid. So B for me.
Do you want to justify the B but not A anymore? Or do you feel like you've
No, I think I did. I mean, I think it has, like, in my rating, it's like A has to be like something that like I'll really remember, that I really like, that's like unique and like really kind of special, and then S is like it's special but also perfect.
right? So when you said no, you did want to justify it just a little bit more.
No, B is a little lower than A,
Great,
but
perfect.
it's also above a C.
Blessed.
Thank you.
I am going to give this movie a B. Same as Spencer. I had a good time with the movie. I thought it was a fun movie. Wasn't what I was expecting, which I both appreciate and was annoyed by at the same time, in the sense that it seemed like the second part of the movie was not as like, I understand they want to have a different ending and a different way the movie went. It just seemed forced at times, and so that's kind of where it gets to a B for me. But fun movie. Good acting, and I'm excited to see what Aaron Pierre gets into next. He's British, of course, obviously. Why would any American be able to do
That
this? Yeah, of course
me.
he's British. Exactly. So I'm really excited for him to do some British shit. Maybe he gets to be fucking Dumbledore in the new Harry Potter TV show. We don't know.
Yo.
You'll
He
never
was
have
also
it.
in the M. Night Shyamalan's movie.
I think
Old.
Dumbledore's supposed to be that hot.
Ripped? Well, listen,
Yeah.
maybe.
Listen,
That's for another podcast.
Dumbledore on my bingo card.
you know, thirst trap.
We all have to go now for various reasons that have nothing to do with the image that Spencer just put in our head. But I do want to leave you with our next
Matt,
movie.
why are you sweating?
Sweat of Dumbledore.
Unrelated.
Unrelated. The next movie, we're going to do something new. We have found the audience wanting in some of their movie knowledge, and we think it's a good time to deliver, I think we'll call it a blessings. I'm going to call it a re-education. Films you may have watched but not really understood. We're going to go through some older films that you really need us to show you the light on why they are such excellent films.
Preach.
And so our first re-education film, we're going to do Dread, not Sylvester Stallone.
Uh-oh.
Carl Urban's Dread.
I'm a doctor.
We're going to watch that. We're going to tell you why it's an excellent movie. I swear to God, you're all going to tell them why it's an excellent movie. It's my pick. And if you don't do what I say, I'm going to pull this podcast over and I'm going to kick all you out of the car.
Because you are justice, it sounds like.
I'm the law.